I know you had a very lovely weekend because I know that all through the weekend, a lot of sporting activities were all going on, football activities, all the football fans. I know a lot of people were also disappointed in some of their respective clubs they are supporting. But all still the same, we still have every joy to be very joyful because Flying Eagles really did us did us proud. It is right that at the time we were like, it's happening again. But thank God they were able to deliver and bring back that joy and the confidence that we need to have in them. All right, my name is Philip Medanian and I want to welcome you to ABS Sports. Today I still have my brother Ajolo Okagwe. I think there's another sports festival before your good medal will expire. Next year. All right, remember he's still the Scrabbles gold medalist at the last year's
sports festival.
Ajolo, you're welcome to ABS Sports.
It's always my pleasure to be here talking sports, because that's what we eat, we live, Sport runs in our veins. It's always a pleasure.
Okay. All right. The IMC have congratulated the 6 teams that qualified for the Super 6 of the Nigerian Football Premier League. You know that the Nigerian Football Premier League had just concluded and it was a very lovely one. In fact, a lot has happened. We want to say very big kudos to IMC because they tried in under 6 months. They were able to, revamp, change a lot of things and people started seeing difference in the arrangement of the Nigerian Football League. Okay, 6 teams has emerged that's going to slug it out to determine who becomes the champion of 2022-2023 league. And we have the system, we have Remo Star in the Group A. This is the first time the league was divided
into 2 groups.
Into 2 groups. We have the Group A, we have the Group B. And in the Group A, we have Remo Star, we have Lobby Stars, and we have Enyimba. They are there. These are the 3 teams that qualify. While at the other end, we have Bendel Insurance, we have Rivers United, and Sunshines of Akure. These are the 6 teams that qualify and will be slugging it out in the Super 6. Now, your take.
First and foremost, I have to commend the organizers of the Nigerian League, bringing up a league to deliver this league within that time frame, you understand? You have to give them kudos. But at the same time, you begin to ask yourself, this Super 6, what is the motive around the whole issue? Wouldn't it have been better to just have 20 teams play together under that? But that's the story for another day. But now, when you're now bringing in a Super 6, whereby you're bringing in a lucky draw, because the best team might not actually be, you understand, the winner of this thing. You might see the best team losing maybe due to one technicality or just maybe having a bad day at the office. You understand? So it brings a whole lot of, excitement and intrigue into the whole stuff. I would have even preferred if this was going to be the relegation battle rather than the league. The league should be an outright victory for whosoever emerges top at it all. You understand? Rather than bringing a mix of 6 teams, 3rd position, 2nd position, and 1st position in Group A, and the same thing in Group B, and then putting them in a mix. What do you tend to achieve in this? Is it just trying to get people the best hands that will represent Nigeria in continental?
That's exactly, yeah.
Well, yeah, the best hands that will represent Nigeria in more like in the continental issue. Now, if you even want the best hand to represent Nigeria, finish the league and then have something like that to select people that will. Let us have that particular winner that will emerge at the top. Then if you have a winner emerge at the top, then you can now draw from the from the 6th to the 1st person, and then you play to know the other people that will go for the continental slot. That's my own opinion anyway. But then let us see how these people will now go out there and slug it out and then get the best to represent Nigeria, because Nigeria is long overdue in winning the Champions League, African Champions League.
But what do you think? What do you think?
We are long overdue in that.
Okay. you're not a fan of this Super 16.
No, I'm not a fan.
But this has been in existence for the past, God knows when.
Yeah,
it's been. It
comes and goes. Yeah. It comes and goes. There are seasons you won't see it, and there are seasons. So why not stick to something and let it work? Because the reason why this Super 6 came into play is because of the time frame for us to organize our league after the Broha and the NFF had.
And most of the time, they think people lobby to be at the top.
No, you don't lobby. It's not a case of lobbying. The matches are there, played out there.
Some people do sell their matches to make sure that, okay, let's push other people.
You don't have facts for that. Even
no, but I'm just telling that these are part of the things. The formal managers of this. Not the IMC.
They had issues like that where there were cases of match fixing and stuff like that. You understand? It had happened before. But let us not bring that to the issue, because now, if the league was just a one-way thing, 20 teams slugging it out, the best overall emerges, then you now know that this person has actually worked hard enough in order to emerge. Then if you now want to now have the people that will now qualify, you understand, for the continental thing, then you can now bring in that same person that has won it with 5 other teams that make up the top 6, and then let them go and slug it. Then you now pick the best 5, 3 or 2 for the Champions League.
Maybe that's exactly what just happened.
But no, a winner has not emerged. A winner has not emerged. Now, you might find a team that is 3rd position.
But they know that there is a first position in the team. There.
We know, but that first position might not end up being the first. Okay, the first position has the first position been crowned the champions?
No.
Exactly. So that's what I'm saying. So if you had made that, give kudos. The league is a marathon. The league is a marathon. So for any person to have played 38 matches and then emerge champion, give that person kudos. You understand? Give him claim that person's effort with the diadem of the league. Then now, to now have proper representation of Nigeria in the continental trophy or championship, then you now have a Super 6 with the champion in it. And then you still remember that you still have the FA Cup winners that will equally go.
No, this is another, no.
You understand?
I don't totally agree. Now,
okay.
If you're saying after crowning the champion of the league,
yes,
and you now bring other teams to slug it out to know people that will go to the continent.
Yeah.
Now, if that champion didn't qualify again,
if the champion,
yes, does not, didn't qualify.
No, the champion is already the champion. He's already the champion.
For the league.
Yes, he has won the league. Automatic qualification.
So, what it means that they will not be part of the
well, you can exempt them and pick 6.
So it becomes a different Super 6.
Super 6 without the champion. The champion has already gotten there, satisfied all league requirements. The best team based on highest number of wins per season, then is left out. Then the remaining 6 from 7th to 2nd position, now go and slug it out. Remember, the FA Cup winner too has already gotten automatic slot to represent the country in continental.
So what it means is that
the winner and the FA Cup.
First, second is out.
No, first only. First only.
Why you say because the
first only
automatically is going for the continental.
Go and slug it out. Yeah, go and slug it out there. You understand?
So maybe
that way you have credibility.
What we're saying now is exactly what they just did, but in a different dimension.
In a different dimension.
Yes.
Sometimes you begin to ask yourself, why do the South American teams tend to do well in the World Cups? Because they have a marathon of qualifiers. The whole 10 teams tend to play home and away. And then you see the rigors. There was even a World Cup, Brazil almost lost out. That's to tell you the rigors and the intensity of their qualifying series. So you always see the South American teams going to the World Cup with their best teams. That is what it should be.
Because their home league is something to write.
Of course, it's something to write about. So it's
most of the times it's very difficult for the foreigners to come in. Because already they have a star-studded team in the.
That is what we're talking about. So
okay.
We need to build on that.
All right. The chairman of Nigerian Professional Footballers, Harrison Jalla, has come out to hail the current IMC, the league management company, for rebranding the Nigerian league under 6 months, led by Honorable Gbenga Elegbeleye. Gbenga has done a very good job, brought a lot of endorsement for Harrison Jalla to come, and he gave a knock at the last LMC. This is IMC, and we have, we have the integrated management company and the league management company, Ab Initio. The past regime, which he said took Nigerian league backwards. But thank God for the kind of person of Gbenga who has come on board in a short while. Remember that they said the winner of the league will go home with 100 million.
Yeah.
And this is the first of its kind happening in Nigerian football. And they have 20 million for other incentive for other clubs. How do you, when Gozo was coming on board, we said, this is a man that has been in this system.
Of course.
So he has been there. Nobody is doubting, except he does not want to perform. That's just the truth. Except he doesn't want to perform. But if Ibrahim Gozo wants to perform, then this is part of what we are saying. Bringing the right people who have the right strategy. Because I think what Nigerian football is, not saying we don't have the talent, but we don't have the strategy to attract the rightful thing. Or maybe they attract, but the set of people we have are the problems why the league has not moved the way it should be. Yeah. We should be contesting with other people.
Of course. When you have a beautiful daughter, you understand, and then she's of age to get married, you need to make her look beautiful. So as
to be attractive
to good suitors. Yeah. And that is what you need to do with the Nigerian Football League. You understand? You need to rebrand it and make it that beautiful bride that people will now come in and say, wow, Nigeria, with the population, the largest population in Africa, you understand? So there is business potential. There's money-making potential in Nigerian Football League, and even in every sport in Nigeria, as I speak.
Just this our under 17 that looks like a shame. A lot of scout has come to begin to scout
these players. Yes, that's to tell you that the talent is there, but the issue is that can you have a coach that will bring this team cohesion, you understand, to this team and then get them to be. We remember the sayings of Sir Alex Ferguson when he was handling Manchester United. He said you don't need 11 superstars in order to have a very fantastic team. What you need is dedicated players that will play to the instruction of the manager, the coach. And he said, if 7-8 players are dedicated to the cause, his victory is assured. Yeah. So if you have this same mentality put into the Nigerian Football League, you understand, cutting across all levels from the grassroots down to the national team, then we'll definitely be talking about winning the next World Cup. And it's nothing that you can't say that's the
most of the time when we begin, we talk about winning.
It's not a mirage. It's not a mirage. We have what it takes to win it. All is just they're having the political will to get these things done. You understand? You don't need to make your selections based on sentiment. Let performance be the yardstick where you qualify. You're in a team, and that is what we're talking about here. So kudos to the LMC for bringing IMC rather, for bringing these innovative ideas into rebranding.
And not just that they did that. We have to congratulate the chairman of the IMC, Honorable Gbenga Elegbeleye. Not just that he has done that, rebranding, and also let's appreciate the operating boss there, that is Davison Owumi, who was a former Rangers player, former Rangers manager. This is when you have people who administrate
with the right experience and everything.
You begin to see changes. Now, they've also attracted, you remember the Nigerian guy that just bought Sheffield United? Yeah. He has bought, they've gotten an endorsement where the guy has pumped in a lot of fund, for our home league to excel. These are what we are talking about. When we have people who are coming, if they see the right structure, you see investors coming into what you have.
We've not really tapped into the potential in making sport a viable business in this part of the world. No. Until we begin to know the potential in making sport a multi. Look at what happens in England, where Saudi Arabia will come there, buy club sides and invest.
Japanese will come and buy, Chinese will come and buy.
These are the areas where we need to begin to see that. Why are these people going to buy this club side? Manchester United, as we speak today, they are up for sale, 6 billion. And then you're telling me that a team that is already having 950-something million debt, and somebody is coming to come and pay 6 billion to buy it up and buy off their debt and assets. So these are the areas where we begin to say, wow, so there is this lucrative mine called football and sport in general. So until we begin to have the right mind, the right thinking people in our sport, we won't definitely know the potentials at which we can really tap into this thing. So kudos to the present NFA,
yeah,
for you understand,
yes,
for leading us in the right direction. But we want to see it transcend into trophies too, even though it might take a little while. But then let the progress begin.
If their house is in order, you begin to see
of course,
investors,
of course,
and you see how blooming our league is going to look like. At least we'll begin to compete with the South African League
and even the North African League. So
that's what we are looking at.
It's a welcome development.
All right, Finidi George has debunked the rumor of him seeking to leave Enyimba. He said, how can I build a house, finish, and somebody else will come and live in it?
Well, that's his
when I'm not there. He said, he has debunked that rumor. He said, nothing like that until he delivers Enyimba a continental ticket. Then, nothing of such is in his mind because he has had a very lovely season.
Yeah.
Remember when the high crisis, you know, when Enyimba was down the 7th position, and you could see how he was able to move the team, and now they're in the Super 6, struggling to make sure that they get a continental, one of the continental tickets that will, you know, really define how far his season has gone. Now, having ex-players handling home league, don't you think is a very good thing, a very right thing in the right direction?
Well, I think it's right in one way, but then not all great players turn out to be great coaches.
But the ones that have
but the ones that have
gotten the license
and have the experience, and secondly, there are certain players, you understand, ex-players that can even bring in investors. Take it or leave it. You understand? There are players, the caliber of where they have played. You understand? And the trophies they have won can equally bring it. So kudos to when we see the likes of Finidi George and the rest of them managing, will I say, club sides in Nigeria, and then putting themselves in prep for handling our teams, be it the under-17, be it the under-20 and the rest of it all. So kudos to them. Let's see how it goes from there, because we want a stability whereby we'll begin to see ex-players, you understand, handling the national team, being our spokesperson in international football, and probably winning us trophies.
Exactly.
You understand?
All right. All right, we're still talking sports on ABS Sports today. The Flying Eagles coach, Ladan Bosso, has expressed satisfaction of his team's victory over the Dominicans, but says that he will not rest on his oars.
Honestly speaking,
this is part of the thing we talked about the team. The same issue they had when they played in the African under-20 team. You know, they get jittering in front of goals, loses a lot of goal opportunity. Not as if they don't create it, but it's as if their confidence is not high. It's not, you know, it's questioned. Let me put it in that manner. Their confidence is not there. So I think the coach has a lot to do, and how they will be able to interpret all their everything to become, you know, a 3-point.
Sincerely speaking, I think most of these players are divided. When I mean divided in the sense that some of them, even before they even think of making the team, they are beginning to think of the club sides they want to play in Europe. So when they go out there to play, I don't think they really play to the instructions of the coaches. They are already out there to impress scouts.
Their colleagues.
Yeah, to impress scouts, to tell them that, hey, I'm here. But then they forget that scouts most times look...
Because most times, scout looks for somebody who plays as a team.
As a team, you understand, that kind of a thing. And you being pushed by scouts will even have better, will I say, impetus when the recommendation comes from your coach, irrespective of the fact. Irrespective of the fact that the scout that is seeing you already sees the potential you have. But then when the recommendation comes from the coach.
And that's exactly what happened with Kelechi Iheanacho and
so what are you telling
Emmanuel
me?
Amunike.
So I think that is the job of the coach to make these people understand. I don't know if it's going to be the coach, the trainer, or the manager of the team that will not make these players understand that, young man, this platform that you guys have brought yourself to is not just for personal glory. First and foremost, achieve collective glory and see if in that collective glory you will shine. But when you begin to do, because that was what killed us in the under-20, under-17, bunch of talent, like you rightly said before at the start of this program, players have already been poached by scouts from Europe and the rest of it all. So that is what is playing in the mind of this under-20 team. They've already seen what the under-17 did. They didn't even get to the World Cup proper, but players are being pushed. So now they are saying, wow, so if I go out there and shine, personally, Chelsea might come for me, Arsenal might come for me, Real Madrid and Barcelona and Juventus might come for me, but forgetting that the onus rests on the coach. So when you play to coach's instruction, you're even giving more impetus to yourself that you can equally be bored, because you're telling the scout out there that I play to coach's instruction, even though nobody's a finished product. Even if they buy you today, you're the highest goal scorer, they will still need to brush you up. You will still need to be indoctrinated in the club side that you're going and the philosophy of the manager of that club side. But then, I have my worry. He might say they will do well, but I have my worry, because based on what I saw in that first match, even though it was clips of it I saw, I was not too impressed with the way these guys are playing. I think, like you said, the jittery aspect of it, is it that these guys forget that they are in the tournament proper and that there is no room for error? You understand? If you want to perform, mind you, sometimes when I talk about Nigeria under 20 team, there is this thing that I feel that these are the graduates of 5 times under 17 champions. 5 times on. So we shouldn't be playing under 20, knowing that we've won under 17, which is a procession from under 17 to under 20. Then you get into that place and then you won't live up to the billing of 5-time champions of the under 17, and then you go there, you've not even won this under 20 before. So these are the areas where I begin to say, where are we lacking it? Is it in the area of the coaches, or then the players forgetting?
Maybe there should be a level of strategies, you know.
Or maybe let's say reinduction. The moment you're playing for under 17, I mean under 20, they will take you around and begin to show you clips of what the under 17 have done. You understand? To make you understand that you equally can do this, so that you get it enshrined in your mind that you're not going there for personal glory. You're going there as a collective.
Another thing is, you know, when we talk about being strategic, these are where the coach come in, the technical department will come in. Thank God they've watched how we played. And we want to as well appreciate God that, you know, that winning is a moral booster. But let them know that the Italian team is another strong team.
And the Brazilian is still
there waiting for you. So what they need to do, I think the coach needs to talk to them. You know, maybe they take a walk, see all those players and where they are camping, and let them know that, come, these boys are 11, you two are 11. You have to understand that fact. You understand? Put your eyes down on the ball, not on their faces. Put your eyes down on the ball. You know, those days where we're in the field, that's what our coach keeps telling us. Don't look at players. When you look at his face, he will use this to deceive you. Put your eyes down on the ball. What brings you into the field of play is this ball. It is not the personality. It's not the number. It is the ball. So your eyes must be down on the football. If once you raise up your head to look at a player, he will dribble you, and that ends it. But when your eyes are down on the ball, you know, so once your eyes down on the ball, you'll be able to know, you know, make headway. So I think they need to let them know, let their eyes be on the ball. And look at your neighbor, not at your opponent. Your eyes must be on your colleague.
These guys are under 20 now. These are already semi-professionals.
They're not semi, they are professionals.
Okay, exactly, professionals.
They're professionals.
Do you need to teach them?
No, because you still need to teach them the rudiment of this. Because most of the times, once we cross, we forget where we are coming from. Okay. So we need our mindset there. That that's one you've crossed is what is propelling you to this stage you are. Okay. So you must always carry it along to help you move to the next level. All right, we are still praying for them. Then, irrespective of the winning start, the NFF have asked the Flying Eagles for a big margin win. That they are not too convinced of the 2-1. That this next match coming, we need to hear 4-1. Let it be on record.
Sacramento. Even if you win 1-0, but win convincingly, there's a winning convincingly win where you know that maybe luck, you ran out of luck. You hit the goal post twice or thereabout, but you dominated play. You win convincingly. Not this kind of winning that you win by own goal, by virtue of own goal, even though own goal is as a result of pressure.
No, even though 3 points is 3 points. But
any convincing win, you understand? Because you're in the group.
I believe what NFF is trying to look at is
the
cohesion of the team.
With no disrespect to Dominican.
No, Dominican they are not, because when you go and look at the friendly matches they played, they've been doing well. there's this cohesion in them.
Exactly.
And you saw it, just 23 minutes we are one goal down against them. So you could see that. So there is no team that has come to this tournament that's in this tournament that are
on excursion.
On excursion, or just for sightseeing. So you have to treat everybody accordingly.
Exactly.
That's why I like Brazil. If Brazil wants to play you 22-0, they will play.
They will give you, if you give them the opportunity.
Later they will come and tap you at the back and say, "My brother, it is well. It's just football. It's one of those things." You know. So we need to come to that stage. We need to prepare our mind to that stage. So I think that's what the NFF is looking at. Let's see that beautiful football that we used to see in during the likes of Mikel Obidem and all this.
Yeah,
we saw all those things.
We saw
irrespective, they didn't carry the league, but they took the silver. We saw it. We saw all those things. So these are things I believe the NFF is looking at. So we believe Ladamboso is not a pushover when you come to age-gate football.
He's been there.
He's been there. Nigerian Football League, he's been there. I remember his exploit doing with Wiki Tourist. He's been in Enyimba. He's been in so many clubs. So Ladamboso doesn't need explanation. And we believe...
And then we won't be taking explanation if he doesn't come out of the group.
Exactly. He has to leave. No, irrespective of our group is a group of death.
But he has to come out.
It's only Nigeria that's always in group of death.
He has to come
out. In every tournament, we're always in a group of death. So, but it's okay. All right, we're still talking sports. Juventus is at it again. Their 10-point deduction, the 10-point deduction, has stand. They said they will lose that 10 points. The 10 points were deducted and they went to court of arbitration, which later said no. But after much, the case was asked to come up again. And after that, the Italian league said they must face their dance. In fact, they must dance their dance, and which they've done. Now the 10 points has been taken off from them. Juventus is now 7th in the league. So no Champions League. Maybe they will go for Europa League.
Conference.
Conference, yeah.
Conference.
And just yesterday they lost to Empoli by 4-1. Maybe when they had the news and it affected the players, and they lost emphatically against Empoli by 4-1. And Empoli have one of our Nigerian players who has been very red hot this season. I guess Jose Pesiro will look at him. The guy Ebuehi, who plays 2 outside right, is there, and he's been doing excellently well. So how do you see Juventus? Every time Juventus is always in the corridor of
match fixing and one
problem,
one issue or the other.
Every now and then there's always this match fixing about them. And this time around, Galini was in it, and his name was mentioned. Now, why do you think Juventus love this?
I don't think it's a case of Juventus loving controversy, you understand?
I think this is the third time this thing is happening.
Yeah, it just has to do with...
They keep breaking rules.
Yeah, the management of looking for easy ways to, get things done and everything like that. But then, when the Court of Arbitration gave them that sanction of 15 points, you understand, they were... They dropped from 3rd position to 7th position. And they were winning matches, you understand? All of a sudden, they now said, okay, fine, because Juventus appealed. They now said, okay, fine. Since this thing was still in court, let us continue where we were based on our league performance. Then they went back, that 15 points was added back. They now climbed back to 3rd position. And from that 3rd position, they seem to just believe that Champions League was secured, forgetting that the results, you understand, the outcome of the judgment might go back. But then, it's no longer the 15 points, but 10 points. So let them manage with that. But then the question, like you rightly asked, why always Juventus? Like Palitoli will say, why always me? The issue there is that the management of Juventus look for easy way out to doing this.
No, don't you think that the club keep bringing in, appointing people who have dubious character?
It is like in the structure of the club. That's what I'm trying to say. Yes. So maybe the management could tell you, this is the case of doctoring your books. You understand? Not declaring your true assets, players and their wages and everything like that, irrespective of the one that took them to the Serie B when they won and came back before the World Cup 2006, where they had match fixing and stuff like that. But this is more like you doctoring your books in order to make it be in consonant, you understand, with what
when you know that this is against the principles of football.
And again, not just the fact that it's against the principles of football. You understand? If you get your books doctored, there are other teams that are in that position that you are in.
You are in.
And then they will begin to like say, Oga, how sure that you guys thoroughly investigated this thing? Because I've invested in football. And my investment needs to reap results. But not when you cook your books and then you now come and sit on top of me with all my investment and then the effort my team is making in order to play. That is what we're talking about, football being business in Europe as the way we see it in this part of the world, Nigeria, you understand? So these are the people that already know the business aspect of football, and then they are doing it though the wrong way, you understand? But then, when you begin to do the right thing, you understand, you don't have issues like this. Mind you, Manchester United equally have their own 23 breaches of ethics, you understand, in the Premiership. So I don't know if Arsenal will be the one pursuing that and say, come, how well have you guys investigated on this issue? Because I don't think that this issue should just be
I was
swept.
even trying to go there because the
understand?
financial fair play.
23 counts. You understand? So 23 counts is a lot. You can't sweep things like that under the carpet.
And if they are being found guilty, as if they are going to relinquish the Premiership title.
So many trophies will be taken away from the cabinet of Manchester United. You know,
Manchester City.
You understand? So many. You understand? And then there is going to be this hammer that will fall on them. Probably maybe 2 years without signing of players. Chelsea suffered it twice. You understand? Some other teams have suffered it. But I don't know how far the management of Arsenal, because those are the people that to favor the most as it stands right now. I don't know if they will now begin to say, come, let's see how far you guys have investigated this thing. So that one is still pending. We don't know how it goes. But to me, it seems it's shameful that you've struggled, you played the season, you won titles, and like the one that Juventus had 3 titles taken away from them. So to me, it's very, very appalling. So this is what we now say to management of this club side, that they should make sure that their books are no longer doctored. You understand?
You know, bring in people that are not
stiff penalties. 15 points to me, it seems
it's
a little
too
bit
much.
It's too mild.
You understand? Do you know what it means to take 15 points out of somebody who
so now, why is it not better you regulate? I mean, you send them to regulate to Serie B to serve as a punishment, because 15 points for a team that
you have to look at the pain. I mean,
if not, you need
consequences of what they have
give stiff penalty in order to deter teams from doing this. Tomorrow, another team will come and do the same thing and then say, well, 15 points is good. There are some teams that if you take 15 points away from them, they will still win the league. There are some league positions.
It's like Ivan Toney of Brentford that was just sanctioned 8 months.
Yeah. You understand? For breaches of betting.
The team.
You understand? And it's, of course, even though they are
the team still needs to sanction him, because he knows that as a football player, you should not get yourself involved in betting.
In betting activities. So these are and now you begin to wonder, the money that they make, is it that it's not enough for them that they go betting? To
that's
me,
that's why they say money is the root of all evil. So I don't know why he's betting for. All right, I think this is where we're going to draw the curtain close on the ABS Sports today. I guess you catch the fun with us as well, because sport is all about fun. And we still want to wish the Flying Eagles to go out there and do Nigeria super proud. Remember, we are the super when it comes to football, but for a long time now, we are crawling. But we believe the Flying Eagles are going to restore that confidence that we've lost all the while. Adam Bosso and his team, we're wishing you guys well. We believe that the next match, we want to see something different. And let's see those Dutch style we used to have those days, you know, when we used to play 4-4-2.
Of course.
When you want to see those things. All right, my name is Silekwe Madani, and this is where we're going to be closing down on sports today. Remember that sports will continue tomorrow as well. All right, Ajulu, thank you for being part of
it's always a pleasure to be here talking about sport. That's what we eat and live, you know. It runs in our veins. It's always a pleasure. Thank you so much.
All right. See you next week, Tuesday. Bye.